Okay, so we're working through some excellence questions on number. First question, we've got question A. Let me make this bigger so you can see. Can you see that? Front two tables? Okay. So it says, a bike company can produce e-bikes at a cost of $1,700. They add P% markup, which is their profit, and then sell the e-bikes in a 20% off sale for $1,836. Okay. Now, with that, let's just dissect it a little bit. So what we've got is, we've got a company that is producing these bikes at pretty much the original price. You could also call it cost price, is $1,700. Okay? This is how much they're producing the bikes for. Then what ends up happening is they are adding some sort of percentage markup that they don't tell us. They don't tell us about it. They don't tell us what it is, okay? So they're adding some sort of percentage markup. For those of you who don't know what a markup is, it's just we add it to a price that we can make a profit. It's called a markup. We increase the price, we mark it up, okay? And this is unknown. We don't know what it is. And they're actually telling us calculate P, the percentage value of the markup. So this is what we are eventually going to be working out. Yeah? Okay, once we've applied this markup, the bikes go on a sale. Okay? So first of all, we've got this price. We add a markup. After this markup, we're going to have an amount that we don't know. We don't know what it is. Okay? So we can call this the selling price. Selling price. We also don't know what it is. We don't know what the selling price is. Now, once we've got the selling price, so we've got the original price, we've marked it up to get this price. Now, this price is getting discounted 20%, okay, because they say, and then sell the e-bikes in a 20% off sale. So then we're taking 20% off whatever this price was, because it's a discount. Discount means we're taking it off. And they told us that after the sale, okay, the amount the bikes are selling for is $1,836. Okay, which is great. Amazing. But now, we need to work out the percentage markup. And we can't do that if we don't know what this amount is. If we don't know what this price is after the markup, we can't work out what percentage it was marked up, okay? So we're going to work backwards a little bit, okay? So what we're going to do is, we're first going to try work out this. So we're going to try work out what was the price before the discount was given, okay? So if we think about it, 20% means that the client only pays 80% of that price. So whatever that price was, clients paid 80% of it. Okay? They paid 80% of that price. Okay? So if we say 80%, which I'm just writing as 0.8, 80% of this, which I'm just going to use as SP, selling price. So 80% of the selling price will give us our 1,836, because that's a 20% discount. If something is discounted 20%, it means we're only paying 80% of what the whole amount was, because 100 minus 20% is 80%. Okay? So I'm going to say it again. We're working out this price, but we know that whatever this price was, if we found 80% of that price, it'll give us that amount. So that's how I got that discount amount, okay? Now, I've got this amount, which is fantastic, 1836. Now, I need to work out what the percentage markup is. And for those of you who don't know, this is also a potential merit question, okay? How you work out the percentage markup In this case, they've called it P, okay? How you work it out is you need to find the difference between the two amounts. So we need to find the difference, and we divide it by whatever like the original or cost price is. And then we take that and we times it by 100, okay? So if you think the markup, what markup are we trying to figure out? We're trying to figure out the markup between the original and the selling price. We're trying to figure out what that markup is between these two numbers. So we've got to find the difference between those two numbers, which is going to be 1,836 minus 1,700 divided by, what's my original or my cost price? 1,700. So notice how this is repeated. Okay, so I found the difference. If we want the markup between these two prices, find the difference between those two prices, and then you divide it by what the original price was, okay, what we paid for it in the first place. And I take that, times it by 100, it is going to give you 35%. And that is your answer. Okay, so that's question 3A.